Hi, my name is Scott Campshafer, and I'm a clinical social worker in Frederick, Maryland. And today I want to talk to you about the topic of laughter and why laughter really is the best medicine. And I want to start off by just discussing, how much of a struggle it is right now for a lot of people to experience laughter. I think ever since the last 2 years when we've had the COVID pandemic and a lot of other societal and world issues and events have caused people to become more serious, a little more dour. Um, and there's also been a huge increase in the degree of social isolation that people experience, partly because of the quarantine and the shutdowns of a few years ago, and how a lot of everyday life really hasn't completely gotten back to normal as much as we'd like to believe that it has. And because of that, laughter has suffered a tremendous amount. And you may not know this, but a significant percentage of the laughter that people experience happens socially with other people. I'd say at least 50% of that. And that helps it to be more of a social thing, to be something that if you find something funny, something the other person that's with you might find it funny too, and you both can have a laugh together. A lot of the laughter that people experience these days is just by themselves, or maybe there's a derisive laughter that's at somebody else's expense or some things expense, rather than just for the joy of laughing itself. So that's why I think it's important to maintain some sort of social connection. You've probably heard me say this time and again if you watch any of my videos that isolation is it's basically poison for laughter, because unless you're watching funny shows all the time, or you're listening to funny podcasts or things like that, you're probably not going to be laughing that much. But if you're with other people, you're more likely to find things that are funny, that amuse the two of you, that you all can laugh about together. And so that's why, again, it is important to find ways to connect with other people. And there is also a form of yoga. I hope I'm saying it right. It's pronounced Hasya Yoga, that came along within the last 20 years or so. And that's just basically it's group belly laughing. They've had entire classes and clubs that were arranged around that or focused on that. And even though the pandemic has forced a lot of those kinds of things to go online, it's something that still can happen today. And anything that helps you to gain a better perspective on anything that you're struggling with is hugely important. And laughter is a key way of doing that. Because if you're laughing about something, you automatically have a higher perspective on it, or a greater perspective than you did when you were struggling with it. In fact, one of my favorite movies from about 20 to 25 years ago was about a Italian family that were on the run from the Nazis in World War II, and the father made such a huge point of trying to make everything funny to his son and trying to make light of everything to help the son to not um, become aware of how grave the situation was for them and everyone concerned. And what it reminded me of is just how important and critical humor and laughter can be, even in the direst of circumstances. If you can find something to laugh about, you automatically gained a higher perspective on the situation. And that is incredibly important for dealing with all kinds of mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, trauma, you name it. To be able to see above the current struggle that you're living through and be able to laugh at yourself is a critically important um, aspect of mental health that often gets overlooked, and especially nowadays when things tend to be so serious and so dire for many people in many parts of the world who are either struggling with the pandemic or recovering from natural disasters or dealing with political strife and instability. So if you have your own struggles with laughter and you can't manage to get a good laugh yourself going, then I encourage you to reach out for help. Reach out to me if you live in Maryland or Texas, and you want some help. You may have a mental illness that you need to be diagnosed and to treat it, and I can help with that particularly as well. So whatever you do, I encourage you to reach out for the support that you need. Take the measures to be able to get the laughter back in your life, because being able to have that kind of perspective is so tremendously important in recovery, and I think you'll be glad for everything you've done on your behalf to get better, to recover, and to regain some degree of mental health. So thank you so much for watching this. I wish you the best of mental health and hope to see you again soon in one of these videos. I know I haven't been doing a lot of these days, but I really appreciate those who stop on the YouTube page or get on my website and watch and read my blog posts. I wish the best to you all. Take good care and stay safe. Bye for now.